And welcome to GAU Live. I am your host, RickityBeans Rubino. We got a bunch of people in studio as always. To my far right is Drew, coming back from a long break, but we are glad to see him again. How are you doing, Drew?
It's been great. I've been on the Cape Call of Duty, or the Cape Cod as it's known locally.
Good one there. Good one
Watching League of Legends, and now I'm here to report to you what I've learned in my time abroad.
Well, down there, it's a bit different, but you know, sugO has been with me all month.
Yeah.
We had a few shows. We had a technical difficulty last Wednesday, but sugO's here today again as always. How are you doing today? How you doing the past week?
I'm feeling energetic, motivated. Can't complain. 2014 is looking good. You know, yeah.
It is definitely looking good. Well, you know, all of us here make up Gamers R Us. We have Frank, Adrian, and James working behind the scenes, and shout out to Sam for making sure everything's running well. Later in the show, we're going to be joined by Alex and possibly by Brawl Carter. But of course, we got to get to our news. You can always get news from us at gamersrus.com. So make sure you follow us on Twitter at gamers with a Z and like us on Facebook. But our website has an S, not a Z. So make sure you keep that in mind. But anyway, later we're going to give you the retro feature of the week. Alex is bringing us KOTOR 2. It looks funny, but it's still a good game. It's definitely an old one. We're going to talk about Steam Early Access, and there's been a lot of talk about it this week. Before Total Biscuit came out with a video, we wrote this script, so we're not copying him. He's copying us. But also, we're going to talk about some shady business practices on Microsoft and YouTube's, and I'm not really sure what this is going to do to gaming. But let's get straight into the news. Steam Dev Days started early last week. Lots of announcements. Basically, to start, Steam announced that they have 75 million users. Boom. That's a lot of users.
It is.
And I mean, if we were comparing this, we were talking about how they're growing so fast. They literally had 65 million users about 2 months ago.
Oh wow, that's ridiculous. I mean, in terms of yeah, like we did mention that in the past show, how exponentially they've been growing every year. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
PC gaming is growing, guys.
It's
I know
growing.
you're afraid, but
it's not
growing.
dying.
It's
like
happening.
everybody says.
It's not dying.
It's happening.
It's yeah, you know, they're really going interesting ways. They announced that their new Steam beta client can support experimental VR mode. So if you own an Oculus Rift developer kit, you can use Steam with the VR command line. It's basically big picture mode, but on your headset. And then to turn that even further, Valve is working on their own virtual reality headset that, quote, blows Oculus away. Don't fear. They plan to work with the Oculus Rift rather than against it, and they really want this to work. To add on top of that, they showed off the new Oculus Rift at Dev Days, and it was looking pretty cool. The Crystal, what was it called? Crystal Cove concept. It now tracks your head.
Nice.
They're saying that Valve has a holographic, you know, virtual reality mode.
Wow.
Graphic.
I'm glad they're working with the Oculus Rift guys instead of blowing them away.
Yes.
Because
They
those guys are a
could.
small developer, and they've been working on really cool futuristic technology for so
Yeah.
long now that if they don't get a piece of this pie, I'm going to feel like an injustice has been
No,
done.
definitely. I think it shows that Valve is like working with them is that they have the same idea, and
Yeah, it's good. I
It-
mean,
yeah.
if anything, they can. Yeah, I mean, if you work together, you can get to better ideas, better, you know,
Definitely.
faster, and especially it's going to open the market to other companies that want to get into the same thing as well. So competition is good, I feel.
Yeah,
especially for those.
Never doubt Gabe Newell's moral compass, because that man is like a living god.
yeah, you never know what is going on in that
All
head of
praise.
his. I mean, and you know, what I'm hoping is, you know, they got this new Oculus Rift or whatever, they kind of their own iteration of it, but they also changed up their controller. They got rid of the touchpad, touch screen kind of front thing, and they've actually added physical buttons. Looks a bit more like an Xbox controller had a baby with a DualShock.
Thank God.
Had a baby.
Yeah,
I'm
it
so happy
does.
they went with a real controller.
So you're
Oh,
so you're
wow.
well. See that they still have the little doohickeys,
The
but
sliders, you mean?
the touchpads.
The track?
But yeah, but they changed the button design, so it's more it lays out like the two trackpad things are at top, and then the buttons, the cross-like pads are down here, still with the buttons in back. A little bit more traditional.
Okay.
I'm liking that. I thought they were going to
don't-
kill their
yeah.
own console with those touchpad controllers they had before.
Well, this
That's
is
good.
This is definitely a step in the right direction. I mean, you play a lot of PC games, so that's good to know that you're on board for the new change.
Mm-hmm.
But believe it or not, Valve isn't the only gaming company out there.
Is it not?
It
Don't
is
say.
not. You know, they compete. You know, they have Dota 2, but League of Legends is the second top free-to-play game in terms of earnings in 2013. This number's about to blow you away. This game is free
Oh my
to play.
God.
$624 million. Free-to-play game.
Oh wow. That's
Drew,
ridiculous.
this is no surprise to
I
Drew.
can't. I see. I'm putting money into this too.
Drew, have you put money into League of Legends?
Yes. Every holiday season, I buy all my friends mystery gifts,
There you go.
which gives them a random skin for a champion they own.
That's cool.
And it can be worth more than what you paid for because it's like random. So
Oh,
it's a
nice.
really fun lottery
It's fun.
ticket to give your
Yeah,
friends.
it's a cool. It's a
And
cool.
it's a good way to show people you might not like live near with, but you still care. And
Yeah,
it's a good way to
right.
exchange gifts with everyone over the
cool, man.
internet.
That's
it's
something
awesome.
really cool. I like that.
Great Christmas tradition.
Yeah. In case you're wondering what the #1 spot is on that list, it's a game called Crossfire.
What is that?
South.
I play.
It's a South Korean free-to-play person shooter.
Super popular, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Counter-Strike of South
Yeah.
Korea. This is even $957 million.
Wow.
What
just
is this
just
game,
under
though?
$1 billion. What the
No,
heck?
I've never heard of
I
it.
How
know.
come we haven't heard of it?
I've heard of it, and it's the thing because I play free-to-play games.
Yeah.
But what it is it's okay. What it is, it's Call of Duty 1.6 with whatever you can whatever items you want to buy. Let's say you ever play Sun and Attack. It's another game that's like a free-to-play. So what it is, you play, you're shooting, counter-terrorist, terrorists. But
Yes,
you can
you're
buy.
shooting.
You can
It's
buy.
a first-person shooter.
You can buy items though for your characters, like extra items, like a mallet that has a special skin, or
Uh-huh.
A mallet.
Yeah,
I
like a
think-
mallet. They have different weapons and
I think
stuff.
what-
It's fun. It's just a shoot. It's like a Counter-Strike game though.
Yeah, I think what
Yeah.
it more proves is that gaming is huge in South Korea, and we were like, oh, gaming addiction. They clearly a lot of people are spending a lot of money on these games in South Korea. It's definitely something to keep an eye out of. But another cool fact is a company Tencent is actually owns a majority of the stake in the League of Legends. I can never say that. They own a stake in
LOL.
Riot Games.
There you
They
go.
I'm
LOL.
not even just gonna say that Riot Games. Their MOBA. They own a stake in it, and they publish Crossfire as well.
So they're
How come
really
Wow.
rich.
So how come I've never heard of Tencent either? I don't know. This is something I really want to look into.
That's crazy because those are it's funny. Crossfire is actually one of the most competitive games too.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on WCG. It's pretty interesting.
At least we have sugO, our free games expert.
Hey,
here.
Yeah.
I play them all.
Professional
Send me a link.
listener.
I'll
Are you
download
sure you're
it.
not Korean?
I could
Well-
be in a different universe.
Well, let's take a far leap from earning money, and let's look at losing money, because the
I
Wii.
think we're going to mention Nintendo, right?
I think that's what's next. For the fiscal year, which ends in March 31st, I mean, that's only a month or 2 months away, the Wii U sales projections have been cut from 9 million to 2.8 million.
Oh wow.
That's a big cut. The 3DS, which has been selling well, they cut their projections from 18 million to 13.5 million. So below expectations on the hardware, also below expectations on software on both systems, bringing them from in the black to 25 million yen in the red.
Uh-oh.
Is this just
I think-
stuff happens, or did they really screw up here?
I feel like they're doing cleanup work and catch-up work to like kind of
You think they
soften the
do you think
blow.
they should do some cleanup work
They
around
should.
Nintendo? Should they bring in a broom?
When
The
you're
Wii U.
Nintendo, it's really difficult to keep like a consistent thing going. When you're a Call of Duty franchise, you just release a AAA game every year.
Mhm.
When you're Nintendo, you have to release like constantly revolutionized content that brings new stuff to the table, which I believe they're doing, but it's not really what people want to see. And it's really tough to keep that a constant stream of successful products that are new and innovative.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
So Nintendo's gonna naturally go in leaps and bounds over time. I mean, once we see something that we love from them, and I'm personally gonna help them out on the 3DS front because I lost mine this morning, so
Oh,
I'm gonna have to go
wow.
buy another one. So if everyone loses their 3DSs, we can really make their profit margin a reality.
The revenue.
It's the key. I was gonna say that I think they really need some third-party support, and I think they also need to give us release dates for these games. I mean, we know stuff like Mario Kart and stuff like Zelda and Hyrule Warriors. These are on their way, but when? When? And I think when people know when, they'll be more confident in purchasing it.
Is that enough though? Those titles. That's the other thing.
We
that
will
have to look-
see.
We will see.
I'm not. It's not enough
Yeah.
for me. It may be enough for some other people.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Nintendo. I want a price break, but let's move on.
All right.
We love you, Nintendo.
Yeah, we love you. Just go back to your old ways.
Someone needs to
Your
innovate.
old ways.
Innovation actually. Starbound. They copied a lot from Terraria, but over 1 million sold. It's doing pretty well. It's like Terraria in space. There's an update incoming that's going to add permadeath, which is pretty cool because usually you just die and pop back down. It's a different game mode though, so don't worry. They're not changing your game that much. But they're bringing in decorative hats.
No.
Oh, nice.
Decorative
They're
hats.
really.
Yes.
All right.
Hey, it's microtransaction money,
Oh,
right?
okay. I mean, all right.
Do my TF2 hats transfer over?
I don't know. That's something something we gotta look into. I'll make a note of that.
Permadeath's awesome though. I mean, I love games that have permadeath,
Yeah,
so
it's definitely fun.
this is gonna be great. Except for
but-
Path of Exile, which I lost my freaking character in.
Yeah, I would
You
never
lost
do
your
that.
character?
That character I put way too much
well,
work
he
You
into.
have
died.
permadeath in
Yeah,
that
he
game.
died.
Not
Exactly.
not when I play on baby mode. But I mean, we're streaming on Twitch right now. There's some Twitch news. It's related to gaming enough in a way. Twitch users have watched 12 billion minutes of gaming on average each month in 2013. Twitch also boasted 45 million unique viewers per month. Last year, it was just under half that. Also, 58% of Twitch users spend more than 20 hours a week on Twitch, with the average user watching an average of 106 minutes a day. The facts aren't in a way like that ground shaking, but it's kind of what Twitch is picking up. It's on PS4. League of Legends is using it to stream. They use it all weekend, and that's what I was viewing it off of. What do you guys think? Twitch be the new YouTube, or is it going to be its separate, cool thing?
Twitch is going to be the new television.
Yeah.
When we go 10 years into the future.
Well,
Eventually.
they only allow gaming content, so you have stuff like Ustream where you can do,
You get Justin TV, the little brother, a big brother actually.
You
of the,
think
the big brother.
Twitch could be the ESPN of video game or esports?
It already is, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like it is.
In a way,
already.
yeah. I would like to see, them invest their own money in some their own programming, have a consistent thing, but I loved watching the League of Legends broadcast this weekend.
Yeah.
It was an awesome event, and I look forward to when we're getting older, watching this stuff together. Especially when we hit nursing home age, when we're all LAN partying, because we don't need good physical health to do that.
Except we'll be like, LOL, remember when LAN existed?
Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna be
LOL,
on
remember when we said LOL?
But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun when we're retired.
Yeah.
We're gonna send in signals through our glasses and playing games and our heads. I don't know what's gonna happen. Virtual
And
reality.
speaking of things that are coming in the far, far future,
Far, far
The Wolf
future.
Among Us Episode 2 apparently should be available the first week of February, but they were supposed to be available the first week of November, so we're going to see about that promise. Our hearts have been broken before by Telltale.
First week of February 2015. You forgot the year.
No.
No,
Oh my
yeah, I'm kidding. No.
Don't do
I'm
that to
kidding.
me.
They didn't specify, so
I need to know what happened.
They didn't specify. You're right. What?
They didn't
Imagine they did
specify.
that.
Hey, they wouldn't have lied.
That was
But
smart
we
of
would
them.
find a new most hated company of the year.
Right.
I can't hate them, but I'm getting close.
You hate to love them.
Well, talking about, things that haven't been out in a long time, RBI baseball. Holy bejesus, the NES franchise is being revived. MLB Advanced Media sent out a press release saying that they're going to revive the classic with RBI Baseball 14.
For a Nintendo console.
Should be
What the
RIP.
flux? Where did that come from? Like,
I don't know.
seriously.
I was thinking it should be RIP baseball, but
Oh,
Just kidding.
wow.
Dude.
I had to.
I don't know why. Good
No,
power to them. I love the show.
It'd be cool though. I mean, definitely, it'd be cool to see it like reinvented and
It
then
better it better not be like HD. It better be like we actually made the game. You
Yeah,
know how
but-
they what was
Yeah.
the game they just released and called it like the HD remake, and it was just like this is. It was one of those sports games. It was like a. I don't know. I
didn't
won't
know
even
peop-
get into it.
Potato.
Can the NES do HD?
Oh,
They're gonna
Yeah.
modernize it.
You need that special adapter port that costs $20.
Yeah, special about things that people don't have anymore or even owned. Ouya. No, I don't know anybody who's had a Ouya, but
What is it?
Oh, it's an Android.
It's an Android based. It's a
Yeah.
little cube you plug in. It's a console. You get a
Yeah, it
different
was
controller.
I think it
Oh,
kickstarted.
I
plays-
played one of those at the game night
I'm
in
sure-
Alston.
maybe
Or
you
no,
did.
at Harvard Square. Yeah,
Maybe
they
you
had
did.
one. It had some fun games on
Some
it.
fun
Oh,
games.
It was pretty innovative.
The highest selling game, most popular game is now going to be on PS4. The
Is it?
founder, product manager, key designer, they left the company.
Oh, okay. That's
Does
good.
not bear news. No, I don't know anybody who owns one of these things.
No, I mean,
It was supposed to be the Bro console, right?
It's supposed. No,
They had like a game with dragons in it.
Hmm.
I think they had a crazy.
I think every
They had a
console has
commercial.
a game with dragons.
No. They had a huge problem with their commercial because it had like really bad phrasing with the dragons.
Oh,
I don't know.
I
You're
didn't,
good.
I didn't look
Fact
up
check
that.
that
I
one.
will- I'm gonna look that up.
Fact check that one.
Alright.
But this is cool. This is interesting news for me, for a lot of our viewers that are into designing their own games. Unity 4.3 has been announced for the PlayStation Vita. It'll allow you to develop your game once without rewriting the code from scratch. You simply build it and run it on the PS Vita dev kit. They say it takes hours. I talked to somebody this weekend about this and how he said hours. It would probably take an hour. So that's really, really cool. So if you can just pop these in, so that means a PS4 game, PS Vita game, PS3 game, PC games, and Macs can pretty much all go out in succession.
Nice.
Xbox One will have Unity support soon. So
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, actually, in the final thing we're gonna do before we go to commercials, we got the Call of Duty Ghost 2v2 tournament coming up, and that is Wednesday at the White Horse Tavern, 116 Brighton Ave, Boston, Mass. So remember to follow us on our Facebook page, get the info there. Just like I told you, I'm sure we're gonna remind you before the show's over.
yeah, definitely make sure you
Yeah.
sign up because it helps a lot. We can make the bracket beforehand. We can make sure nobody complains about anything. It's gonna be really fun. We had a lot of fun last time.
We had a lot of fun last time, and we're gonna have set up all good. So make sure to bring your controllers. Make sure to bring your
Bring
headsets.
controllers, bring headsets.
Yep.
It's gonna be a ball. We always have fun. But Drew, why don't you take us to break?
All right, we'll be right back for the retro feature of the week. First, we got an ad from our sponsors, Replayed, and Rambo #2.
Ooh.